Nadine Westerhof, the referee, keeping a close eye on things. And just over a quarter of an hour played, and it's been almost all Köln. This game being played their way. They've rattled the Wolfsburg cage. The difficulty is that Wolfsburg found that moment of quality, a chance to break the lines, and once they broke the Köln lines, they look dangerous. Now they're looking to do it again, and Bernstein again is the option. The goal scorer at the minute the She-Wolves win the ball back. She's looking to work the channels. See another play for a Köln goal kick. The visiting fans that have made the trip up north to the Autostadt, a city synonymous with the automotive industry and the world-leading companies that call Wolfsburg home. Ultimately, the only reason that Wolfsburg exists really is a city. The Volkswagen and Porsche factories and the inception of Wolfsburg as a football club all comes from them being a factory team, or a Werkself as they call it here in Germany. This team synonymous with success in the women's game. Joint record title holders in the Frauen-Bundesliga era with 7 titles. A status shared with Erste FFC Frankfurt, who were fused with Eintracht Frankfurt back in 2020. But this season, Bayern München could join them at the top as well, as now Jessen's in behind Sandra Maria Jessen. Oh, good defending by Linda. Stayed touch tight, timed the challenge well, didn't overcommit. And she prevents Köln's star striker from finding a response on the scoreline. Saw it out the whole way, the danger there, Sarai Linda. Will be looking to get back to her best form in 2026 as an improvisational effort finds the side netting. Wolfsburg again forced to go long, and truth be told, that has not been a good avenue for an outlet. Vogt caught. Now that looked to be a fair challenge. Floated in the area, Johanna's under pressure. Clattered into by her own teammate, Camilla Cuva. Still wearing a face mask after that nasty injury suffered in the Women's Champions League against Real Madrid. Wolfsburg, despite some impressive results, having to settle for a spot in the playoffs after the inaugural league phase in the women's game. Wins against Paris Saint-Germain, Vålerenga and Man United. Finished 9th. They dodged a rematch with Real Madrid. Their playoff tie pitting them against Juventus where they should be considered favourites to progress. Just over 20 minutes played. Wolfsburg have had one on goal, and only once have they even broken into the Köln final third, but that one moment makes the difference so far. Kessia Bussi with a lovely pass into the run of Linnet Berenstein. And now here come Köln again. Wiankowska. Oh, Wiankowska! What about that for an equalizer? Sensational stuff from the Köln left back. And it's all square again at the AOK Stadion. Well, only she'll be able to tell you whether that was the intention or not. There was a lack of support for the cross into the box. But in the end, oh, big deflection off of Linda. After the brilliant defensive work Tarai Linda did to shut down Jessen, that's a cruel twist of fate. Nothing that Stine Johannes could do about it. And it certainly was not what Wiankowska intended. But Köln are level, and it's no less than they deserve. She might get credited with it, Wiankowska. If she does, it's her third of the season. Something tells me probably should go down as a Sarai Linda own goal, simply because Wiankowska was trying, and the deflection, decisive, changed the flight of the ball. Without it, Stine Johannes wouldn't have even been trying to make a save. Back lines, more porous than they're accustomed to. Just one clean sheet in now 14 league appearances. The woman signed from Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer. 20 goals conceded. Just for Stine Johannes and Wolfsburg. And I think everyone expected her to bring a little bit more quality to that role. At the same time, all the blame cannot be laid at her feet alone. There have been big changes in the Wolfsburg backline. Katrin Hendrich, Marina Hegering both leaving the club, and despite their veteran status, they were so important. Oh, that's loose. Jessen with the chance! Wolfsburg are all over the place. And right now, Köln need to capitalise. I'm not sure there was much more that Jessen could have done here, but Linda is having another game of big highs and big lows. And that's been the story of her Wolfsburg career. Jessen, a little bit more savvy play there from Sandra Maria Jessen. She might have poked the ball beyond Johannes, gone down under contact, or even just a slight softer touch to go around the keeper who was committed, and we'd have been talking about a 2-1 lead for Köln. And this is it, while Wolfsburg found the clinical touch with their only shot of the game so far. Köln are racking them up, 12 to their name, on foreign soil against the title chasers Wolfsburg, who can't afford another slip-up. They can't allow Bayern München, the league leaders, to stretch their lead at the summit. Before the start of play in the new, Bayern won their first game back, stretching it to 9 with Wolfsburg's game against Karl Zeiss Jena postponed. And it was crucial that closed it back to 6 at the first time of asking. So Railinda again culpable for a bit of sloppy play, this time from the throw-in. It was after that wonderful challenge that she made on Jessen, where I almost wanted to make the point that it's a chance for Railinda to really turn over a new leaf. At Hoffenheim, she was German football fullbacks around, but ever since she's gone to Wolfsburg, mistakes have crept into her game for both club and country. Uncharacteristic, and as a result, she almost seems to be playing as a shadow of her former self, Railinda. And there was that wonderful moment in denying yes, and unfortunately now we've had a couple where she's back to her old unwanted tricks, giving the ball away, making sloppy mistakes, loose back passes, not being sharp. And right now that's something you can say about this Köln side. They look so sharp. That's a lovely ball forward again, probing for Jessen, and Kuva does just enough in the end to throw her off balance and deal with the pressure being applied by Köln's top goal scorer. Sophia Kleinherner, over 4 months she had to wait for her first appearance as a Wolfsburg player. A couple more months, and tonight she's making her first start since signing from Eintracht Frankfurt. And again, her absence noticeable because Wolfsburg's backline has been a little bit more shaky, and she was a woman that the She-Wolves were looking to when it came to replacing Henrich and Hegering. Unfortunately, a nasty muscular and tendon injury picked up during the semi-finals of the Euro 2025 against Spain. Prevented her from making quite the impact. Lovely to see her back on a football pitch and in the Wolfsburg starting lineup. Certainly not at fault for the equalizer, netted by the visitors. But again, they're coming forward here. Annalena Stolzer stretching her legs. Minge busting her gut to get back. It's just Köln's end product that's lacking. If their end product matched their endeavour and matched their energy levels, then the Cathedral City side would arguably be in front right now. Irina Fuchs, the young 20-year-old Swiss shot-stopper, was brought in during the summer as an emergency signing due to a spate of injuries suffered in Köln's goalkeeping ranks. But from emergency signing, she is now the undisputed #1, according to Britta Karlsson. She says she has a bit of a luxury problem in that position, with Lisa Schmitz and Aurora Mikkelsen back from a spell on the treatment table. But right now, Irina Fuchs, the first choice. Karlsson even admitting that mistakes will be made by a goalkeeper of her age, 20 years old. But that's all part of the learning process at this level. And Köln and Britta Karlsson clearly comfortable in giving her the time and space to learn at the highest level. Though it was Karlsson admitted that Fuchs gave her a few extra grey hairs in that 1-0 win against Freiburg. Wiankowska Does well to manage the one-on-one battle there with Sven Juhut as Wolfsburg. As we cross the half-hour mark for one of the few times tonight, we're actually spending a bit of time in the Köln half. Berenstein, that looked to be a foul, but play goes on. She's a tricky customer in tight spaces, Linnet Berenstein. Has a bit of that Dutch flair in her footwork. Oh, loose touch from Cuba and off Wiankowska. They're going to get the chance to break. Zawistowska has freedom to work with. Veronika Zawistowska looks for Jessen. Sandra Maria Jessen can't get the ball out of her feet. And the chance, Peters out for Köln. But why was Zawistowska so unsure of herself when she had